Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2023 Calabasas State of the City Address. Without any delay, I would like to introduce our mayor, the Honorable David J. Shapiro.
Thank you very much, and thank you for joining me for tonight's 2023 Calabasas State of the City Address. I'd like to start tonight by asking our chair of the Mayor's Youth Council, Jordan Madelon, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, so if everyone could rise, place your right hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to start tonight and ask everybody to join me in a few moments of silence. The world's been upside down for a while now, and in particular recently. So I'd ask for us to give a few moments of silence and some prayers for all those innocent lives lost all around the world, and to pray for the safe release of all the hostages in Israel right now, and to pray for peace. Let's all take a few seconds, please. Thank you very much. And this picture, by the way, the theme of tonight's State of the City Address, if you weren't aware, is community. And that picture comes from an event that was not a city event. It was a community-driven event that just happened. And it was all brought about by the community, and that's what's most important. There's a lot of important people here tonight, and I'm going to start by talking about my personal VIPs tonight, and that's my family. I am so happy they're all here. Our daughter Samantha is here. Hi, Vlad. Our son Alex is here. Our son Adam is here. And my beautiful, loving, intelligent, great wife is here, Barbara. Thank you all for being here. It means the world to me. Truly. I love you. And someone who's always here at my events, couldn't be here tonight, is my 91-year-old mom, known as Grammy, to anybody who knows her. Tonight would have been her actual 70th wedding anniversary, so I know she'll watch the tape later. I send you love. I want to now acknowledge my city family, where we spend a lot of time together, working hard, and each one of us cares about the city and works for the community. I want to acknowledge first our Mayor Pro Tem, Alicia Weintraub, Councilmember James Bazagian, Councilmember Peter Kraut, and Councilmember Ed Albrecht. I'm honored to work with you all, and thank you for everything you do for the community. I also want to acknowledge a number of past mayors who are here tonight who have done so much for our city as well. Let me start with former mayor and council member Mary Sue Maurer. I'm looking forward to it. There you go. Former mayor and council member Michael Harrison. And former mayor and council member Barry Groveman. Now the three of you are by the door. I hope that doesn't mean anything. Okay. And last but not least, of course, Mayor Emeritus, our founding mayor, Dennis Washburn. I have a number of dignitaries to mention. I'm going to ask you to please hold the applause till the very end. I'll give you a cue so we can all applaud together and thank them and get through it, but we appreciate your being here. You could be a lot of other places, and you do a lot of good. So first of all, we have from Congresswoman Julia Brownley's office, Stephanie Rendon, and we have the Deputy District Director for Assemblymember Jackie Irwin's office, Nancy Frowley. And we have Director of Public Community Affairs for Supervisor Horvath's office, Barry Worth-Girvan. And we have a council member from the city of Malibu, former mayor there, Paul Grisanti. Thank you. And Las Virgenes Municipal Water District Board member and Calabasas resident, Gary Burns. And Ian May from the LA County's Assessor's Office. There's a lot of commissioners here who give their time to the city, volunteer their time, and do a tremendous job. So now let's applaud for every one of those individuals we mentioned, please. Thank you for your service. And I also want to acknowledge our city manager, Kendon Meek. Kendon started 2.5 years ago with the city, and tomorrow is a very big birthday for him. We're not going to sing happy birthday, but I think working in the city, the 2.5 years adds 10 years to your age, right? Happy birthday from all of us. I want to talk about, as mentioned, the theme for tonight's State of the City address is community. We are a city where we have no place for hate. Our council has supported that. We are inclusive. We work together for the betterment of all. We're one community uniting together to do good. People ask me, what does community mean, since it's the State of the City address? And I say, let's hear from the experts.
To me, the word community means a group of people with shared values and experiences that help each other out in times of need.
A group of people who you have something in common with, whether that be your interests or where you live or something else.
Working and building relationships with the people around you to build a better community and a better place.
Collaboration towards a common goal or interest to help benefit this community.
Community is a group of people that come together with kindness and support for their friends and family around them.
Supporting your friends and being there for each other.
A group or team that demonstrates togetherness but also has unique culture.
Community is not only a place, but a feeling where everybody feels welcomed, involved, and safe.
Community means that I can count on the people around me when I need them most.
What community means to me is a group of people working together in friendships.
To me, it means caring about others and not just myself.
It means being connected.
Community means a bunch of people having fun, playing together with joy,
being with my family and my friends, being part of a family, even though they're not related.
Community means to be kind and have friendship.
Community means taking care of each other and working together.
To me, community means a big group of people honoring one another.
To me, community means being part of a group of people and going through things together.
Caring for my environment around me.
It means
picking up after others even if you didn't do it.
A large group of people that have something alike in some way or are connected.
Community means bringing people together.
In community, people don't feel alone and everyone feels cherished.
Community means to be protective of your schools, family members, and friends.
Community also brings people joy and makes us happy.
It also means to help others when others are being bullied.
What community means to me is just friends, family, nice people that you can go to when you're in need, when you need help, when you want to talk to somebody, just anyone.
Helping one another, bringing joy, and celebrating.
Those words are so meaningful and much better than I could have stated it, and we can all learn from them. Our city needs sound finances to do great work for our community, and we have done that. Fiscally and financially, we are business friendly. We have no business tax, license, or registration fee. This year, on the State of the City address, I'm going to do things a little differently. Rather than me just talking about each department, which I will do a little bit, I want you to see and hear from the department heads who work on a daily basis for our community. So let's hear from our CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Ron Allers.
Thank you, Mayor Shapiro. Indeed, the City of Calabasas is on solid financial ground. In fact, the City of Calabasas has a AAA credit rating, which is the highest rating possible. City Council financial policy states that the general fund reserve will be a minimum of 50%. This year, we're currently at 78%, which is a lot higher than the 50. This is due to our general fund revenues. We have strong revenues in our property tax, our sales tax, utility users tax, and transient occupancy tax, which comes from our 4 hotels. We take those revenues and we not only provide services to all the citizens of the city of Calabasas, but we invest millions of dollars into our infrastructure. You may have noticed that we are rehabilitating our Calabasas Community Center, as well as putting money into rehabbing tennis courts, and we're going to shortly do our swimming pool, redo our swimming pool. We have our annual street program where we repave local city streets, as well as work in our parks and replacing playground structures. With that, I will send it back to you, Mayor Shapiro.
Thanks very much, Ron. Calabasas is headquarters to many of the top 25 businesses in the entire San Fernando Valley. Among those, Wella, the Cheesecake Factory, and Ama. Somebody said to me today, you can go get your hair done, you can have cheesecake and go on a cruise, so that would be nice. We have many other businesses who are fantastic in the city as well. And we have exciting new businesses coming this year and coming forward in the following year as well. All of you who know me know I'm a fan of good restaurants, and we have them here in the city, and we've got some new ones coming in, some fantastic ones. I won't go through them all, but please join me at any of them anytime. Since we're talking about businesses, I'm going to present the award for Business of the Year. And this business follows the concept of community in their everyday positive messages and their hiring practices, providing jobs to aged out foster youth. They're a staple of this community and one of the great new businesses we have. It is my honor to present the 2023 Business of the Year Award to La La Land Kind Cafe. And I'd ask Francois Rahani, the owner of La La Land Kind Cafe, to come up and accept the award. La La Land Kind Cafe is at the Commons. If people like to meet in Calabasas at the Commons, it's a central hub for the city. They have been a great partner in our community since they began 25 years ago. Each month, a business in the Commons donates 25% of their proceeds to a very worthy cause. Let me tell you a little more about the Commons. 2023 marks the 25th anniversary of the Commons of Calabasas. And See's Candy just celebrated its 5th anniversary. You never know who you're going to see at See's. Everybody loves See's, and while Fred apparently loves chocolate a little more than many, anybody who knows me knows I love great popcorn at the movies. And we happen to be in a city which has many talented writers, directors, producers, and actors, perfect for a top-notch film festival. The Calabasas Film Festival just celebrated its 10th year in our city. 5 days, world premieres, and amazing student films. This year, the student film winners were from Viewpoint. Our film festival not only does great work with our city, but they support local businesses and the community throughout the entire week. And it's a family-run festival, so I want to acknowledge the family that runs it, Joe, Kelly, and Nicole Fries. Thank you for it. And we're looking forward to next year. We have a great organization that supports all businesses and works well with the city, the Calabasas Chamber of Commerce. I want to acknowledge tonight CEO Lisa Clayton. There she is, thank you. Chairman Michael McNutt. I can't see you. Is the jacket bright tonight again? Okay.
No, it's muted.
All right. Thank you. And past chair and present at every council meeting we have, Mark Levinson as well. Thank you, Mark. The Calabasas Chamber of Commerce has many great events throughout the entire year. Law Day, the Mayor's Luncheon, wine events, bowling fundraisers for educational grants, and they work with the city well on the Pumpkin Festival. And many, 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 many ribbon cuttings. It's a great partnership with our city, and they care for the community, and we appreciate you. Community is key when it comes to the Community Development Department. Our city was very forward-thinking when it came to developing an auto overlay zone. That's a fancy way of saying we made it very easy for auto dealerships to go to a certain designated area in our city. We have exciting news with some new and exciting dealerships and remodels. Audi has finished their remodel. Kia is coming to Calabasas. Hello at Kia is the name of the business. And Cadillac at Calabasas opened earlier this year and is in the process of doing a remodel as well, along with Mercedes, Bob Smith BMW, and Mini Cooper dealerships as well. Calabasas hotels, as Ron Allers earlier stated, generate transient occupancy tax, known as TOT for our city, which helps our city finances. Therefore, we can in turn help the community. The Cambria Hotel is open and doing well. Besides a beautiful hotel, there's a park and ride for the community and access to hiking trails as well as much more. The Anzo Hotel went through a renovation and opened recently, and the new wing at the Hilton Garden Inn is also open. I'd like to now introduce Michael Klein, Community Development Director, to tell you a little more.
Thank you, Mayor. And this past year, the Community Development Department has been quite busy. The City Council recently adopted updates to the circulation and safety element of the general plan, notably to address issues such as climate change. And with regards to community development forums, that has also been a busy year. There have been forums for a Kia dealership along Calabasas Road, as well as a senior facility, medical office building, and several subdivisions along Mulholland Highway. As for the businesses that you just talked about, all of those businesses go through the Community Development Department. Our staff helps those business owners secure necessary entitlements and do all of their construction and tenant improvements in order for them to operate the facilities. And finally, for building and safety, they have been busy at developing an online portal that'll allow applicants, homeowners, and contractors to submit applications online and ultimately pull building permits online as well. Now, back to you.
Thank you, Michael. We are working with the City of Hidden Hills on a joint annexation just north of the 101 freeway in an area known as Craftsman's Corner. It'll be a benefit to both our communities. Speaking of working together, the Public Works Department does just that. We continue to be a model for other cities, state, and even the nation with our environmental leadership. We have a partnership with the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District. We worked during the drought to reduce water usage. We made PSAs to promote conservation, and we use reclaimed water, the purple pipes, as well. We also are working and supporting the Water District in the Pure Water Project, which is a great partnership which will help our entire community as well. We also lead the way when it comes to environmental stewardship as a city. Our city has been one of the first in the country to ban secondhand smoking, the e-cigarette ban, the plastic bag ban. We banned flavored vaping cartridges as well. In short, we ban a lot of things that aren't good for the environment, and we will continue to be examples for others to follow. The Old Town renovations are great for business and the environment as well. New furniture, trees, upgraded sidewalks, and street crossings that catch the eyes and lights embedded in the pavement to signal motorists to keep an eye out for pedestrians are very important. It provides easier, safer access to Old Town restaurants and shops as well. The Park and Ride also reduces cars on the road and vehicle miles traveled. Here's Philip Lansfame, Interim Public Works Director, to tell you some more.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what Public Works has been up to this last year. We've recently finished the Mulholland Old Topanga project to bring street improvements and safety improvements to that intersection. We've also resurfaced over 220,000 square feet of your roads in the town. We've replaced more than 25,000 square feet of sidewalk, and we've started the Green Street project that'll bring bioswales that'll naturally clean our water and pick up trash before it gets to our storm drains. That'll also add some great parking along the street with permeable asphalt. We've also had the council approve our microtransit program, on-demand. What's that, Mr. Mayor?
Thanks very much. That's great. Your time's up.
Okay, then, back to you.
What I mean by that, because I heard some hoes, Phil's time is up as Interim Public Works Director. He is now the Interim Assistant City Manager, so thank you, Phil. And he's a good sport, too. Let me just wrap up with the amazing work our maintenance team does preparing for emergencies. This season, with over 30 inches of rain, several debris flows and downed trees were imminent. Fortunately, our city's maintenance department was geared up and ready. Our teams worked throughout the nights on many occasions to make sure our residents had a way to safely get home, get out, and go to school or go to work. With over 20 slides and 60 fallen trees, our staff was ready. With the help of a city contractor, almost 4,000 cubic yards of slide debris was removed from the city's roadways. The city is currently working with FEMA to apply for aid to recoup some of those costs. This is an example of our city working and caring for our community. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the new Public Works Director, Curtis Castle. Curtis, thank you. And I want to thank everybody for making it tonight. And Curtis, now with the rain starting, you're going to be on board right away. Public safety is of the utmost importance to our city council. Making sure we're safe and secure in our city is the #1 priority for us. We must be safe and prepared before all else. We contract with the LA County Fire and LA County Sheriff's Department, LA County Fire Station 68 and 125, and the Lost Hills Sheriff's Station. I want to acknowledge, she couldn't make it tonight due to something coming up, but our Captain Jen Situ from the Sheriff's Department, and someone who's here who we all know, Deputy DiMatteo, and any other of the sheriffs who are here. Thank you. And I also want to acknowledge our LA County Fire Chief, Drew Smith, and Megan Courier, the Community Services Liaison, as well as everyone from Stations 68 and 125. We prepare for emergencies year-round, whether it's fires, earthquake, high wind events, flooding, and more. As a matter of fact, our city has mailed out to every single resident an emergency preparedness handbook with very important information. We hope you don't need it. We hope you don't have to use it, but please keep it handy. There is good information in there. And we want to thank all our residents in the community who help keep us safe in advance of any emergencies, including anyone who is a member of EPIC who works to keep our community safe. We're lucky to have former Chief Deputy of the LA County Fire Department as our own public safety manager. Let's hear from Michael Dyer.
Thank you, Mayor. We here in the Public Safety Department have been really busy the past year. We've conducted public meetings in the recent Wildland Preparedness Seminar and the Hazard Mitigation Plan Outreach Workshop. We've delivered over 330 flu shots, including 50 new COVID vaccines. We've also provided Emergency Operations Center training to all city staff, and we've also developed a new Emergency Operations Procedures Manual. We've bought new mobile speed radar devices that will allow us to work with Lost Hills Sheriff to identify hotspots within the city for speeding. And finally, we've also waiting for the delivery of our new Emergency Operations Center trailer, which we should see in the next month. I gotta go. Back to you, Mayor.
Wow, okay, thank you, Mike. Be safe. Remember, drop, cover, and hold. Crime is happening all over LA County. We're all aware of it. Our city works side by side with our law enforcement partners to help keep our community safe. We have new flock cameras to capture license plates of criminals, and we're also working with private security to supplement our sheriff's contracts. We are also working on fortifying open space for our community as well. Again, we can't thank our fire and sheriff's personnel enough for helping keep our community safe. 5 years ago was the tragic borderline mass shooting in Thousand Oaks. Gun safety is of the utmost importance to me and our council. Our council enacted the first city safe gun ordinance in LA County. Applies to all guns, not just handguns. And we're one of the first in the state and the nation to do so. I've joined the U.S. Conference of Mayors and Moms Demand Action in speaking out to protect children. We must do all we can to save lives, especially those of our youth. Also 5 years ago, one day after the borderline shooting, was the Woolsey fire. We've learned from these tragedies, and our city is constantly taking steps to be better prepared. We lost 9 homes in the Woolsey fire in our city, and our city provided services and worked directly with those residents to help them rebuild. We also had damage to our parks and city properties during the Woolsey fire, and we have worked to rebuild for the community. A number will be reopened next year. Parks and recreation is vital to our community. While Walnut Park is finally getting upgraded to a kid and dog-friendly park for both little and big dogs. Groundbreaking was just held November 13th. Also, Brandon's Village playground equipment is getting replaced and will open early next year and will be tremendous for our special needs community as well as our entire community. And the De Anza multi-use sports courts will be redone to accommodate the multiple sports that residents wanted, including pickleball, hockey, and basketball coming in 2024. The Calabasas Senior Center just celebrated its 7th year this summer. Currently has hundreds of resident members, hundreds of classes and excursions, more than 30 special interest clubs, and many socials and luncheons. I'd like to acknowledge the active, engaged, intelligent group known as the Savvy Seniors who keep this going. Thank you for all you do. The Calabasas Community Center has a great ring to it. We're pleased to be working with the City of Agoura Hills and have their support as we transition to have the Calabasas be the sole operator of the Community Center, opening in early 2024. Here to tell you more is Community Service Director Erica Green.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor mentioned, the Calabasas Community Center received 2 grants. One grant from LA County for $1 million for roof replacement, and one grant from the federal earmark funding for infrastructure upgrades. The Community Center will feature state-of-the-art equipment, AV, sound, and we can't wait for it to open in early 2024. In addition to our usual operations of parks and facilities in Calabasas, the Community Services team hosted many annual events that included the Calabasas Pumpkin Festival, 4th of July Spectacular, Movies in the Park, Splash Party and Fun Run at the Tennyson Swim Center. And we even brought you more events that included We Dig Dinosaurs, A Morning with Blippi, Cookies and Paint, the Caribbean Bash, and Monsters, Movie, and Mayhem. We look forward to bringing you even more programs and services next year. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Erica. So many great annual events, including the summer concert series at the lake. I want to give a big shout out, and we thank CPHA for the use of the lake during the summer concert series as well as the 4th of July events. And I want to acknowledge their president, CPHA President Richard Sherman. I'm going to guess I'm one of the few people who knows that Richard has 2 grandchildren on one of my favorite groups in the city, the Mayor's Youth Council. The Mayor's Youth Council was formed in 2019 by our city council. It's ages 14 to 21, and they have to be Calabasas residents. That's the requirement. They do so much in the city. Some of the recent things they've been involved in and put on programs include a fentanyl awareness seminar, voter registration drives, election information workshops, a Ukraine donation drive, local food and clothing drives, an anti-bullying campaign, and many of the students on the Mayor's Youth Council are also members of our very own commissions. They support city events, and they are amazing. They are the future leaders of Calabasas and the world. And we're pleased to have, there's no doubt they're going to be here tonight. I know we have a number of them. And I'd ask the Mayor's Youth Council members to please stand up so we can acknowledge you. Don't be shy, wherever you are. And while you're standing up, please come join me. Please come join me up here, please, as I present to you the Citizens of the Year Award for 2023. Thank you. You get to take it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Pretty amazing. The future is bright. When it comes to community, the word unity is there, and our city supports youth like no other in the region. We have strong partnerships with our schools. We work with LVUSD, Viewpoint, as well as all parent-teacher groups at our city schools. We support our local schools with funds and services because we as a council and a city care about our youth in the community. We provide over $1 million to LVUSD programs and include shuttles, J-Team, crossing guards, and parent-teacher organizations and more. We support the foundation for LVUSD. Our schools are among the tops in the state and the nation, and people come to live in Calabasas in large part because of our fantastic schools. Our Public Works Department works in conjunction with the school system to have great walk-to-school events every year. I now want to acknowledge the two individuals who lead our students in our schools, starting with LVUSD Superintendent Dr. Dan Stepanowski. And Headmaster of Viewpoint, Mark McKee. Okay. And since we're talking about youth, I want to acknowledge and give a big shout out to our Rockin' CHS Jazz Band who played before and will play afterwards. And our Calabasas High School chef, Carrie Allen, the LA County Teacher of the Year, and the amazing culinary students who are going to provide you with some special treats after tonight's speech. All of our students in our city have access to our wonderful Calabasas Library. And we just celebrated our 25th anniversary of being independent of LA County. It has an amazing children's reading room and so much more. It's truly a jewel in the city. And now, let's hear from our librarian, Barbara Lockwood.
Thank you, Mayor Shapiro. We have over 160,000 items at the Calabasas Library. There are more than 35,000 streaming videos, including movies, opera, dance, and theater. And if you don't find what you're looking for at the library, we can send a zip book from Amazon directly to your house. And what about the California State Park Pass? You come to the library and check that out for free. In addition to that, there are over 300 programs we provide each year. These are free to children, teens, and adults, and they include story times, crafts, teen library council, coding classes, lectures, author events, movie and book clubs. And we couldn't do all this without the help of our volunteers. So thank you to our Library Commission, Friends of the Library, and our teen volunteers. And now back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Barbara. We are in the library right now. We're in Founders Hall, part of the library. We built this beautiful library, our city did, and City Hall 15 years ago. And we built the library in large part thanks to an $8.3 million grant from the State Library Bond Act. Our city clerk works with our city council and the mayor's youth council and so much more. Let's hear from Mari Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This year we opened the passport acceptance facility. My assistant Ana Luz and I were certified by the U.S. State Department as passport acceptance agents. This service is very popular for our residents and adjoining communities as they no longer have to travel far to apply for a U.S. passport. In addition, last month we partnered with the DMV to hold a Real ID pop-up event. The event was very popular. It sold out within 2 hours, and we hope to have additional events such as this in the near future. As the city's elections official, I ensure that prospective candidates have all the information they need to determine whether they wish to run for office. Please register to vote for the city's next municipal election scheduled on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. More information will be available next year on the city's website. We are proud to have a mutually beneficial relationship with the Los Angeles County Register of Voters, with whom we work on election-related matters, as well as to identify vote centers in the city. 4-day or 11-day vote centers are usually held at the Senior Center or Founders Hall. Please remember to register to vote. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mari. And all those who know there's a big election next year, no, it's not the presidential election, it's our city council election coming up. I also want to take a moment to thank someone who keeps all of our council in line, helps us, supports us in anything we need, and works tirelessly for the city manager and mayor as well. She does things you don't even hear about, the work on the Veterans Day events, even tonight as well. I want to acknowledge someone we all appreciate on council, Ani Kardelian. And now let's hear from the department that supports all others and the one that put this together, our award-winning communications department. I'll let Michael Russo, Communications Director, fill you in. Here's Michael.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Mayor. In the Communications Department, our role is to inspire confidence in residents that their tax dollars are being spent wisely. And we do it very well. Lots of awards for our content. Take a look at emergencies. We're here 24/7 to put out emergencies, good coordinated information very rapidly, and we do it via social media, website, the television channel, as well as mass notifications. But we also get to tell city government's story and the people who make it happen and the services that we offer. We get to do fun stuff too. As a matter of fact, once again this school year, we're working with students from Calabasas High School to produce video PSAs that will appear on the city's TV channel. So a lot of good stuff in the communications department. We'll send it back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Michael. Communication is vital to our community when it comes to emergency preparedness and public safety. Communicating is an important part of working together for the betterment of our community and beyond. We contribute as a city, collaborate, and learn from other leaders and organizations. Some of them are up here, SCAG, and I know we have Rachel Wagner here tonight. The League of California Cities, we have Jeff Kernan here tonight. Contract Cities. And we work with our own Las Virgenes Malibu Council of Governments known as the COG. Among other things we do when we care about our city and our community, it includes the unhoused population that live in the region. And we're proud to partner with the COG and our homeless liaison, Gabriel Graham. Thank you, Gabriel. And I want to acknowledge also the director of COG, Terry Dipple, is here tonight. I also want to thank someone who doesn't get a lot of thanks and probably is hiding somewhere as well, our Deputy City Manager, Michael McConville, for working tirelessly on the homeless issues that arise in our city. Thank you, Michael. And I want to take a moment now to thank all our staff. They do the daily work for our city. We get to go as a council and do wonderful things, but the staff works on a daily basis for our community to make it the great place it is. So thank you to all our staff. Thank you. We also partner with the U.S. Conference of Mayors. We work with the Mayor of LA, the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, known as VICA, the Valley Economic Alliance, with President and CEO Sonia Blake, who's here tonight. I saw Sonia earlier. Thank you. And we're thrilled to work and support, and we're proud to support veterans organizations such as Wings Over Wendy's, led by Ed Reynolds, who is also here tonight. Thank you. In 2019, our city dedicated the Veterans Garden to honor those who have served, continue to serve, and those who've given the ultimate sacrifice so that we may all enjoy the freedoms we are so lucky to have. We support veterans and their families with events like Memorial Day and Veterans Day events in the Veterans Garden. And we work as a city with others that care. A group that cares for our community is the Rotary Club of Calabasas. They put on annual Thanksgiving meals for seniors 33 years in a row. They administer on behalf of the city an amazing program known as Neighbors in Need. They help our city and so much more. They recently raised a lot of funds for the Lahaina donation drive. They support local youth with education grants, and they do a lot more than that. Their motto, the Rotary Club of Calabasas, is service above self, helping with dignity and caring. And that's why it's my honor tonight to give the Organization of the Year Award to the Rotary Club of Calabasas and ask all the Rotarians to please come forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Community is important to me with regard to philanthropic events. There are so many causes we all support as a council and as a city, some of which I am very supportive of and I care greatly about. Golden West ALS, Loving Home Hospice for Children, the Cordasco Something Yellow Foundation, Special Olympics, and the Still Point Foundation, and much, much more. Calabasas is community, with an emphasis on unity. And the U stands for United City, because it takes all of us to make something good happen. N is no place for hate. Our city has been steadfast in that, and we have issued proclamations on those issues. We are no place for hate. We won't allow it here. I is for inclusive, inclusive for all. Again, our city council has stood fast with that. T is together, because together we always achieve more than alone. And Y is for you, because it takes all of you to make something happen and change happen. My vision for the future extends beyond extending the spirit of the community throughout the city and beyond our borders. The things we do and others do affect us all. We do not live in a shell. I ask all of you to do something positive, to help others, to serve our community, because the key to unity is all of you. Thank you all. It's been a great year of accomplishments, and together we can continue going forward and doing great things. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you. Thank you.